Okay. Let me just quickly change the stream settings. And then we're good to go. That is actually hilarious. I never noticed that, but yeah, you kind of control where she's walking. She's just staying right next to you. I really love that armor, or like whatever she's wearing. It would be cool if we could have that too. And the sword is also really beautiful. It's very beautiful. So, I didn't stream yesterday because I was playing with a friend and I started a new character, but I did farm a bit and we didn't exactly find anything of note, honestly. Oh, I was adjusting my headphones there for a second. So I didn't really get any notable drops. I can show you what I got in a bit. We're gonna do one more rotation because I logged out in the area, so I might as well. I need to get used to using Fusilade more often. So what are we doing today? I think today we should finally go ahead and challenge that Jin. I think we're high enough level to do that now. Maybe we can do one more level up before we do it. Because we are close, so maybe we'll farm until we have a level up. It's actually not a bad idea. Could be maybe 1 or 2 rotations. I mean, the rate at which we get XP really isn't high, so maybe it's actually a bit more. Who knows? I'm getting a little bit of weird screen artifacts lately, and I don't know if it maybe is because of something I disabled. I don't know what dynamic resolution means, but I don't like it. Ugh. Yeah, my drops usually were looking like this, like not very spectacular, honestly. Then again, I'm not wearing any gear that gives me any increased drop chance. At least I think. Oh well, actually I do have 8%, but that's not a lot, right? Okay, my bad. I'm also texting my girlfriend right now. I wasn't expecting any texts from her today, so if I get some, I am going to respond, of course.
man.
Nothing of note to buy here. This one's not too bad, but it's also not that great. I don't think it's worth the money they're asking for, so... So the most notable thing that I got was the Essence of Rune, which is actually a pretty good drop. We also got an Orb of Alchemy, a couple of Regal Orbs, a couple of Exalted Orbs. So the farming was still relatively successful, right? It's just not been successful in terms of like gear or anything like that. Anyhow, I think we should actually head to a higher level area so we can level up. And I think we're just going to go left to right. It did say it didn't matter like where we go first, but I'm just going to go left to right. So let's see. Valley of Titans. Oh, yeah.
Are permitted here, but I should not linger.
It's definitely big heads. So, what are we going to find here? Let's be ready. Giant skeletons and skeleton casters. Okay. Interesting. Oh. I got these guys roped into this. I didn't even know. I was thinking, why do I not have aggro? Oh, is that like an attack? Are they just falling on me? Aha. I saw something was going on there. I like this enemy. He's wow. That was fun. That was very fun. I just saw this really quickly and I knew something was going to happen. Obviously, we are above the level for this area as well, right? We are level 24 in a level 21 area, so even if we get surprised like this and hit, we should be fine. But I still prefer to always be taking as little damage as possible, because if you're taking damage, right here, so here's the thing. If you allow yourself to take damage because, well, it's fine, right? you'll say, oh, you know, like I can take it, you know, I can take the damage here because, you know, it doesn't matter. I'm strong enough for it. You know, what you're training your brain to do is not avoiding attacks. When you should be constantly training yourself to avoid attacks as much as possible, or to block them, avoid them as much as possible, mitigate as much damage as possible, right? So I'm not even once going to let these guys hit me if I can avoid it, right? I'm tanky just in case. Do I need to move? Right, I'm tanky just in case I get hit. But the ideal situation is that I don't get hit. Because there comes a time when you're going to face against enemies that deal a lot more damage. And if you just play the same way then as you played when you were against enemies that couldn't damage you, and then you're fucked. I don't know how much most of the stuff does because I'm usually avoiding it as much as I can. I think that thing's still alive. Yeah, it's still alive. There's another one. I see you. They're really creepy. Love the design though. Okay, that has it. That actually hurts. Maybe you saw that, but just touching this tornado once was half of my shield. And half of my shield, so it's usually a good idea to know how much that is in terms of your life. Half of my shield is a fourth of my life. So if my shield is completely down with one attack, I know I can take two, for example. Always good to pay attention to these kind of things. Maybe we're gonna finish this area now that we're here, so we don't have to come back another time. There's another caster. Let's take him out right away. I must say that the monster design that they did is actually really good. Like, all the monsters just look exactly like what you'd expect them to look like, you know? A skeleton just looks like a skeleton. So, yeah, that's just exactly what you'd expect them to look like. Okay, we've successfully went down here. So now we're gonna have to think about where we are going to put these points. I am going to apply this skill point. Get just a little bit more life there. And I do have 1 point available in weapon set 1 that I'm not using for anything. I could go for a mana regeneration. I've been struggling with that just a little bit lately, so I think that wouldn't be too bad. Although we also have the mana regeneration in here that we are going to get next turn, because I'm going to take this for both weapon sets. Definitely. I might only have these in my defensive one, but this one I think I'm going to get for both. Just so I'm also a little bit tankier in my offensive one. But see, that's the thing. I might also just completely go full offense, full defense. We'll see. We'll see how I'm going to play this, because I find that with the offensive one, I don't need 100%, especially since I'm playing hardcore. I don't need to have 100% of my possible spell damage available to me, because I don't care if I can one-shot a boss. I care that the boss doesn't kill me, right? And so I want a little bit of survivability even when I'm in my offensive weapon set and skill set, so that I can avoid just being one shot because I'm being a bit too greedy, right? So I'd still want to get some of these, and I'm also going to have Zealot's Oath in my offensive one, right? Which you might say, oh well, you know, but why? Because basically I'm playing a tank and I'm just having an offensive stance just for those moments where I want a little bit more damage. I don't want to overcommit to damage and then get caught with my pants down, basically. So let's think, where are we going to go? If I'm going to go get this mana regeneration, I'm going to have to refund it, so I'm kind of thinking of not going there. So for weapon set 2, we could start going in this direction. And, you know, weapon set 1, I want to go through here. Actually, no, I'm gonna have to go through here for both weapon sets, because I want the chaos resistance for both. Or, see, the thing is, the chaos resistance is something I definitely want on weapon set 2. So I might have to go here in general. We'll see. I'm not sure if I really need the cast speed. You know, most of my spells that I have are casting really fast anyway. I don't really see much of a point in having that much cast speed. But the 7% chaos resistance is juicy. Well, we're just going to go here for now, and I think we're going to go strength, because again, we are trying to stay alive. And then weapon set 1, I actually don't know. There's a couple of things I could do. But the higher my level gets, the more expensive it is to actually refund these points. So I'm starting to think like more carefully where I want to go. So where do I want to go with like my weapon set 1? I might take these 4 points out again as well. I've just put them there because I didn't know where else to put them. And because a little bit of cast speed is alright. But see, that's the thing, if I can take these out, and then I could take this and just have a little bit of chaos resistance in my weapon set 1, because I'm not wearing the shield, and so maybe, you know, my chaos resistance would be a bit lower or something. I don't care so much about crits with my spells. This might be interesting, more area of effect damage. Although I think I also get area of effect damage down here. Somewhere. Where was that? Yeah, down here. So that's interesting as well. I just don't know if I'm going to go there. I mean, this is actually not bad. 10 increased damage is like flat damage, right? Just, does that apply to spells and everything? I'd hope so. Increase critical hit chance, and so this is actually not bad. So I might go over here with both sets. The only thing is that then I need both sets to just arch over here. And then increased area of effect damage is actually pretty juicy as well. Like a 10% damage increase is actually really good, right? Because if you look here, then it's like a 20% spell damage, right? But this gives you so much. Like 10% increased damage and 10% critical hit chances. This is really good, so I'm thinking maybe I should just loop around here with both sets and go there and then get the increased area damage over here. Although this is not a lot. Yeah, I'm just not going to spend this point for now. But what I want to look for is area damage. So there. And here. Yeah, see, that's it. Those are like the only places where you get that. And these don't give area damage, they just give more area of effect. Yep, all of this is just area of effect. I love how this is called area damage, but then the actual effect of it is 12% increased area of effect. So it's not area damage at all. Like it doesn't give more damage at all. And then repulsion is the one that gives you more area damage. Area skills have 20% chance to knock enemies back on hit. 20% increased spell area damage. That's actually not bad. 20%. It's not bad. I might take that. So this is kind of telling me that I don't really need to go up here. There's this, of course. But so this area has some area of effect stuff going, so yeah. This area has just almost everything that I need anyway. Okay, I think that's enough looking at the skill tree. Sometimes you just get lost in it. There's still areas that I haven't completely explored. So yeah, I think we're going to go down here and just get these two and then the damage, because what I'm trying to do is get flame wall increased. Although increased spell, I'm wondering, like, is spell damage going to increase the damage of flame wall? I'm going to have to test this out, and I want to test this out now. So we're going to look at it. Flame wall, right, is 834 DPS right now. Do we have something on us that we can take off that has spell damage? I actually don't think so. Like, aside from obviously this, but this one also gives me +3 to all fire skills, so it's not exactly like if I take this off, the DPS is gonna drop way lower. So we might have to wait until we are in town so that we can actually reduce our percentage for spell damage and see if the damage on Flame Wall is also affected by that. Oh, hello. Was he like completely invisible or was I just blind? Yeah, as you can see, my mana is starting to be a problem. Okay. We've got an uncut spirit gem. That is actually really big. Hell yes. So we can actually upgrade our Arctic armor if we want to. And then down here we have some stuff with like cast on ignite, which is probably the one that I'm going to use. Yeah, we're going to have to upgrade this. It's our main defensive skill right now, so... This thing does a lot of damage. At least from the one time I got hit by it. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't do half my health with one hit. I was trying to block that, see what happens. I also know that I've seen already a checkpoint up there. But I want to explore this area some more. Not sure what I would be able to find here, you know. Oh, can I block it? No, I cannot block it. It's good to know. Yeah, so magic you can't block. Although I think this should be blockable. Because it's not exactly magic once it's cast, right? It's debris, however you want to pronounce it. Yeah, make fun of my pronunciation. We'll talk when you're trying to pronounce German. thing has such a weird movement. I love it. Well, there's a couple of them here. Ow. Okay, at least I get to see my health regen right now. Okay, it's not as strong as I want it to be. I wonder how these creatures can burrow in the sand so quickly that it looks like they can swim in it. I've actually recently watched an anime where there was also a creature that was able to do that. And it was actually explained really well how it's able to do that. But I don't remember. It's crazy because I remember being like, huh, that actually makes a lot of sense, right? So if you think, for example, the worm, the sandworm in Doom, how can it do that? Right, how can it just swim through sand like it's water? And then you look at its mouth and you think, ah, it's doing exactly what an earthworm does, just with sand. It eats it. So basically it eats it so fast and shits it out in the back again that it can swim through it. Which is hard to believe that it can do that, but well, if that's what it is, then, right, who are we to argue with it? At least there is an explanation. A lot of times you don't get one, like with these creatures. It's like, there's no explanation whatsoever. How can they do that? So now we're gonna have to hypothesize, because they don't have a big mouth like a sandworm. So, how? How are they able to do that? Okay, so here we have an ancient seal. Not sure what that exactly is. Let's go to the other checkpoint. If we can find it. While I'm trying to remember how this creature in this anime was doing this. I think there was some effect that also made it immune to physical attacks. Ah, yes. Acid. There was a lot of acid. So it was like a slimy creature, and being hit by its slime would corrode your armor almost instantly and kill you instantly, because you'd just be evaporated. And that's also how it can swim through sand, because it basically just corrodes the sand with the acid that's in the slimy texture of its skin. Not sure how rational that is. Seems a little far-fetched to me. But, you know, fantasy doesn't always need to make sense. Sometimes it's also just cool to think that these things are possible, even when actually it seems a little absurd. Could also be that they just can use some sort of magic. Oh. Why? That was weird. I wasn't able to click and attack. And I also picked up an item I didn't want to pick up. So maybe they can just use magic. We see that skeletons here are able to use magic to move sand with wind. Maybe these creatures are able to move the sand out of the way quickly. right where they are about to land, they're just gonna move the sand. What hit me? It was weird. So they attack you in the back, I think. So the tentacles wrap around your shield and attack you on the back. I will have to confirm that. Okay, what's here? So another ancient seal. Okay, I want to confirm this. Yeah, so somehow they can get through my defense. Yeah, so it makes sense, right? Their tentacles just wrap around. What's this? So do I first need to interact with the seals before I can do that? Huh. Well, I suppose we're gonna have to check the ancient seals then. It's probably what we're gonna have to do. Probably activate the seals and then go back there.
Do my eyes deceive me?
Okay. Let's see if we're gonna have to fight some big giant. Or if we can negotiate with them. Looks like there's one here and maybe there's one down there as well. Okay. So nothing immediately happened. Maybe there's a third, or maybe we first need to go back. Let's try over here. There's a waypoint. Okay. Let's go back to Van Hand. Or should we do this? No, let's go back to the hand first. I don't know why, but the hand just seems like something optional, and I'm a little confused about it. Because this medallion now looks like, oh, we're moving somewhere else, right? We're going somewhere else. Whereas this hand really seems like there should be... I just don't know how I can interact with this. Or if I'm even supposed to. There's these two statues here. Hmm. Well, I guess we're dealing with the medallion. You know, that's another thing, right? If you're playing in hardcore, or like any game with permadeath, you'd want to be a bit careful about these kind of things. Because maybe doing something in the wrong order could actually be bad. Find something that can be placed in the altar. I don't think I did find anything that could be placed in here. I suppose we're going to the hand now? Oh, wait. Wait. There was a text. Let's read that. Let's go away and let's go back. Maybe teleport back. Let him see he is able to forgive. Let him see so he's able to forgive. Let him see so he's able to forgive. There's still something over here. But yes, I don't know what I need to do here. I don't know what I could do for them to see. So let's just go over here. We haven't explored here yet. dead end, although it looks like there would be something over there, right? So here's another seal. Enter the Titan Grotto. Okay, so maybe now we can go back to the hand, because now we've opened all the eyes of these big heads. Ah, yeah. Anybody home?
I have heard whispers of such a place, where titans fought and died.
I can see some floating lights. And a waypoint, okay. And a checkpoint. I'm getting boss vibes, so I'm not sure. Is there anything I'd want to do to increase my odds here? Do I have all my spells upgraded? Yep. Playing this very carefully right now, because I don't know what to expect right now. This looks so cool. Wish I could get a better view on this, but it just looks so cool how they all look like they've been petrified mid-fighting. I should probably not let them hit me to see how much damage that does. Okay. I accidentally let them hit me to see how much damage that does, and it was fine. Couldn't make a habit out of it, though. thing up. Let's go left first.
You will burn.
Okay. Dead end. This looks like a brain. Yes, we're definitely on a petrified brain. That is like something that you just have to come up with that, like, right? Like, coming up with that is just... Okay, so... which way do we go? You know, someone must have had that idea and just be like, oh, you know, what would be cool? If we're having, like, this petrified... this place with, like, petrified giants, and one of them... we're just gonna make it so that you can walk on his petrified brain. Also, interesting how there's like statues of small people here too. Not just of giants. But of maybe deities. Why is this area much bigger than you think it would be? Considering that there's 3 areas, right? And all of them are level 21. I figured these areas would be small. But they're about the... Okay, interesting. How am I gonna get that loot? I'm gonna have to find that loot somehow. Okay, we're gonna have to take a moment to go shop. Can I make room for that? I'm actually not sure if I can. I probably can. Quick break. Plus, we leveled up, so there should be new things here. New staff. Sigil of Power. Okay, interesting. I like this spell. I just don't like having a staff that I need to equip to use it. I wonder if I can get the spell any other way, but I like the spell itself. These aren't bad, but also they're not very great either.
I will tell your tale. Here for a story.
Increase armor, evasion, maximum life, dexterity, fire resistance, lightning resistance. It has 4 damage.
Stay inside. Hello.
Hello. Sometimes flying enemies in video games, specifically in isometric video games, are a bit... They're not exactly designed very well. Like these creatures, they might as well not be flying because they're just moving so... in such a way that, you know, you don't struggle to hit them anyway, right? They're flying, but at the same time, you can hit them just like a walking creature, and they're also not a lot faster than walking creatures either. So why flying? I think they need to find a way to make flying creatures actually seem like they're flying. Like they have some advantage from that. But of course, there can't be too much of an advantage, because if you're full melee build, that would be a problem. Okay, we also found a checkpoint over here. So this region isn't even linear. How annoying. Yeah, see, like, maybe they're a bit faster than a normal mob, but I can still walk backwards just as fast as it can approach me. Which doesn't make it much of a threat. And it doesn't make it seem like it's actually flying, like it has some sort of advantage from flying. Oh, there's something we want to avoid. It's a big oof. Ooh. I love this enemy type. Mana draining enemy type, I love it. Because it makes me as a mage, or like as a caster, struggle. Of course I could also just use fireball on it, right? But the fact that it's siphoning my mana away is actually making it a threat. And it's making me want to keep my distance. And that, I love that. That is actually really scary. Maybe it's not as scary as it actually is, and I'm just chicken. But I love the idea of it, you know? I love the idea of, like, oh shit, you know? Like, you can just imagine, you know, if this were like a show, right? If this were like an anime or a TV show, you can just imagine you're having this caster in the party, and they're all confident, and then all of a sudden they're faced with an enemy that normally they wouldn't have a problem against, but then all of a sudden they actually have a problem against this enemy. You know, they've been going through the dungeon easy peasy, no problem, and all the enemies weren't a problem, and then all of a sudden they die because they didn't have any mana and they weren't prepared for that. You can just see that happening in some sort of like anime or something. Once again, this area is huge. If all of these are this big, my god. Okay, dead end. And a dead end. Okay, so we're just finding dead ends here. So we have a minion here, means we also will have a rare enemy here. Let's be mindful of that. Unless this is a minion of... Ah no, there he is. There he is. Oh, let's be mindful of that. We don't have a lot of resistance. Actually deals a significant amount of damage. Probably could fight this better. Oh, whoa, okay. Nothing for me, but still nice. Behind you. Okay. At least we're about to level up again, but we're not getting very good experience. It's just how it is though, you know, if you're trying to be above the level curve, to have like a safety margin and to be a bit more powerful than what you'd normally be in these areas. Oh, okay, so we walked around now. I know, there's the other pair of stairs. I thought we were already at that point. We go this way? Yeah, we probably should. I'm expecting a dead end. Actually no, that looks like the way to go. Okay, so let's just explore the whole area. Okay, so this is where the other checkpoint was. This leads up. What? And there's a checkpoint. Oh. This looks like something we need to first do something else with. So I think we first need to go down there, do something, and then come back up here. Right. Okay. Flame. How's my fire resistance? 40. Can we do better than that? I don't know if I'm gonna need fire resistance. I don't know. But it says flame, so... I will lose some resistance if I put these on, but gain 5.3 life regeneration per second. That's a tough call. I can put the resistances back on, right, with runes though, so... I think these are better. More energy shield. I'm gonna lose some movement speed, which is okay. Not the biggest fan of maximum life, maximum mana, or intelligence. 18% of items found. I might keep this in wherever where I have my items with these modifiers. Maximum life, strength, stun threshold, ignite duration, physical form damage. This is not very good. Okay. Do I have anything with fire resistance? 9 fire resistance on this one. 15 on this. I could try doing something with this shield. The other one has intelligence, lightning resistance, stun threshold. This one is a little bit worse. Maybe it's not worth it. Let's check if there's anything here. 18 lightning resistance. Increase armor and energy shield. Lightning resistance, stun threshold. No, I'm not finding anything, so I might have to actually increase my fire resistance some other way. Unless I take this out, but I don't, because I want to have a little bit of chaos resistance, right? Maybe... Actually, did I check my belts? We could definitely do this. That's something, right? So if we switch over, we have 40 and only 9 lightning, and so I really need to get these resistances up. I really need to. I do have these rings, but I already wear one, right, with 30%. Maybe I'll increase these boots, because they're really good already, so if I'm increasing them with some fire resistance. That makes them even better. This brings me to 52. Not bad. We could also put more fire resistance on this.
What?
Or...
Stay inside. Need something? Take your time.
Wasn't there... Yeah, this has much better stats. But not fire resistance, which we could add the fire resistance on top of it, right? We could use a rune, put it on top, but we're gonna lose some life regen, which I'm not too happy about. You know, let's put fire resistance actually on this. It already comes with 12%. So we might as well increase that even more. Also, probably if I was playing like with the most ideal, I would... See, that's the thing. The most ideal would be to always put 2 slots on there and walk around with my resistances always at 75. The problem is I cannot undo it, so... That's the one problem, right? I cannot actually undo it. If I'm putting a rune in, it's there. But yes, we're going to add more fire resistance here. It brings us up to the 75 that we want. So now we're just gonna have to work out cold and lightning. I'm not sure I can do that right now, or if I need to do that right now. We could do some more lightning resistance on the shoes though, because these shoes are really good. I'm definitely going to keep them for next character for sure, so investing in them isn't a bad idea. Only if I die with them, that would suck. Okay, so it can only have 2, okay. And then this probably also only can have... Okay, can this have 2? Okay, no, so that's a thing, right? So... So the only thing we could increase are these gloves. I'm actually not too happy with them. So I'm thinking actually we're gonna gamble on some gloves.
Yes. Choose. Or do not.
And not a crossbow.
Farewell.
Let me actually go back into my instance just so it doesn't disappear. I almost walked in there. Okay. So yeah, if you're really min-maxing, you definitely want to have runes always on your equipment. So I'm not too happy with these, but we can still keep them because it's an increase to these. Only that we can only wear them at level 16. Okay, we are going to try maybe 1 or 2 more times.
Can wait.
The gloves aren't too expensive at 1,300, so... Okay. I'm gambling a bit too much. Okay, we gambled all of our money away, which isn't ideal.
What? Inside.
So let's see. 7 dexterity.
Now is not the time for that.
These are worse than what I have. Most of these are worse than what I have. Actually, pretty much every one of them is worse than what I have. So I'm just going to do this. And I'm just going to put some lightning on there. Lightning resistance, right? Like, I just... Yeah. It's a shame. But this is what you get for gambling. I don't think any of them are really worth keeping. No, none of them are really worth keeping. Don't gamble. It's bad for you. Okay. No way out of this. 75. Fire resistance is gonna be enough, and the rest of the resistances suck, but we're working on those. So, reckoning. I'm glad I didn't stand there. Oh, come on. I did not expect that. I was so not ready for that, and I was being just slightly distracted because I was being texted as well. No way. Okay. I should have lived. Wow. I'm just in shock right now. This did way more damage than expected, even with all the armor I have, right? And I wasn't raising my shield. God damn it. Wow. Okay, well, this boss is so fucking cool though. Like, just look at him, he's so cool. I'm just watching what kind of attacks he has. So he can summon like these stone pillars falling down. I wonder if I can just block those. Damn it. Well. We're gonna have to figure him out in standard. So I'm always allowing myself, whenever I die to a boss, I'm allowing myself to play in standard and figure out how I can beat him. I'm allowing myself that. I go in blind, but if I die against a boss, I'm actually allowing myself to test things out before I start over. Okay, so actually I was about to end the stream anyway, so that works perfectly. Okay, well, I'll see you next time. Bye bye.